Okay, you guys, it's Christine. It's time for a scrapbook process video, a baby got scraps video. These are the scraps that I had left over from my last layout. I mean, they're not a lot, but they're still too big to just throw away. So I'm gonna make a layout with these. Now, what I don't use up will probably end up in the trash because I've got to get rid of these, right? The photo I picked out is this one. I think the colors, they're not exact or anything like that, but I kind of have this pinky color on my dad's shirt. There's like a blue, there's an orange. I think this will work. This was actually, I'll tell you, my dad was so proud. He had been working on like PT stuff. He's struggled to walk. I mean, he's been able to get around a little here and there, but honestly, he's been in like a little walker chair thing, and he had been working on it. We hadn't seen him. I hadn't seen him since Thanksgiving. It'd been about a month, and so no, it'd been 3 weeks, and he comes in this restaurant. He was so proud because he was using his walker and walking pretty much by himself. He was walking with his walker by himself, and he was kind of sitting down and everything. So anyway, he was really proud of it. So I am excited about that. I think I'm going to use this little special delivery truck thing because I think that's kind of cute. But my goal is to use these scraps. So I need to, I saw these. These are the same, and I'm sorry, I keep sniffling. Y'all, I go back and listen to my own videos. I'm like, why are you sniffling? I don't know, other than it's kind of cold. I might do this because the last layout I did was kind of on the side and a little bit vertical, but I can come here and use these guys because the polka dots are the same height or whatever you want to call it. I really like this, but I'm not sure because I'll put something behind this. So what if I use this orange? It's a little bit, this is worrisome to me because these oranges are not the same. I don't want to use this because I may put this away as a green, who knows. That's not going to work, so I almost just have to use this. And then maybe I separated, I had that black cardstock I got out over there, so I may use that. So maybe I will just trim this. If I do that, I do pull in this little orange here, though. So maybe I'll do that and then put black. And maybe this becomes like a little banner thing coming down. I may make that little pointy arrow. Why not? So let me bring this up just a hair. I don't have a ton of embellishments other than my little truck. And I have these buttons. But now that I've done, the pink might work, but nothing else really works out of this little batch. I do have this. I may just use these little flowers here and kind of embellish that way. I need a title, though. I'm going to have to run and go get a title because I don't have a title over here. Okay, I think this is what I'm going to do. Let me do a little bit of trimming and all that, and I'll get back on in just a second. Okay, you guys. So the thing about scraps, at least my personal opinion, is sometimes you just got to make them look bigger than they are, you know? It's kind of like when you have a little dog and he's got big dog syndrome. So this pink and white here, I'm going to just make it look like a bigger piece of paper than it is. And so I've, glued with the top and the bottom underneath the little orange, I guess, stripe polka dot thing or whatever. And I think this works when I add the third piece of paper because it has the hot pink and it has the orange. And you can see it to the left right there. I have to really organize this just a second. I'm trying to make sure I'm using those polka dots to make sure everything's straight. And in a second, I'm going to take this piece, this little one with the multicolors. It's actually a full 12 inches long, so I'm going to cut the bottom first. I'm going to make it a pointy arrow versus a fishtail, just because I thought, that'd be nice. And then I'm going to trim off like that very, very top row because it's going to be, I don't want it to be a full 12 inches, I guess is my point. So I'm going to scooch that down because I want it to be inside the pink at the top up there. Now, initially, I start to put it on the left. And I'm going to cut away, I think, in a second. But I start to put it on the left, and I pick up my photo, which I did mount on that orange polka dot and then the black cardstock. But then I realized, like, he's kind of facing to the left, so I can't really put it on the left or it'll look kind of strange. So I'm going to scooch my whole banner over to the right there and put the photo there. But it works out because I'm able to put an embellishment cluster to the left. And so that's where my little truck's going to go. And I do have that little piece of, like a little journaling spot. I'm going to call it a journaling spot. I tried this little tag. That doesn't work. That actually ends up going in my little plastic bin over there. But I like this little journaling tag. I tried there, and then I'm going to end up moving it to kind of to the right. And I like anchor, I kind of wank my, or what am I trying to say? I tilt the little truck. I'm going to actually scoot it over just a little bit more because I do actually use that as a little journaling spot. I'll put on there December 24, Daddy is walking with his walker. And now I'm going to start pulling out these leaves, y'all. So this little thing here was, I think it's Creative Memories. Yeah, I think it's Creative Memories. And I had gone to like Expo or one of those events, and there's like a booth there. Somebody always has like a booth. And she had like these little sets of colored flowers. I think there was this orange one. I think I got a green one. I got a yellow one. I might have got one other color. I really don't remember. I know I got several because they were kind of inexpensive. And they have, honestly, I initially bought them for the enamel dots. They have the little enamel dots and little half pearls on there. But they do have these leaves and flowers, and they come in handy. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to start putting a bunch of these leaves and flowers on here. And I just kind of poke around and try to find some, you know, with different shapes and stuff like that, because there's like gold foiling on it. Initially, I'll start with an embellishment cluster down in the bottom, far right bottom corner down there, but I'm going to end up shifting that upward once I get the title on. But I do still build myself a little visual triangle. And again, I'm just going to kind of poke through here and find different things. There's some with little spots on them. There's some that are like stripes on them. There's some that are just regular. It's actually a nice little variety. So I'm going to build myself out some little floral clusters. I think I've glued these ones down. I don't want to swear on it. The title is going to be So Proud of Him. I honestly was going to call it So Proud of Himself, but it was going to be too big. The font that I've chosen, I had run over to my stash and got me a Thickers font. I actually like this font. And I realized it was going to be too like bubbly. So I just put So Proud of Him, which I was too. So it's okay. This is a totally fine title. It's going to be, and honestly, I really enjoy this. The only thing I did have to, I used a capital O on of, because I had used the little O's on Proud. I guess I could have switched this S-O and made it 2 big letters, but I kind of like what I ended up doing, actually. So I thought this was really cute. It's got a little glitter to it, too, which is nice. It kind of goes with the gold foiling on my flowers. So I'm going to spell out So Proud of Him. And, again, I'm going to start kind of grouping these florals and gluing them down. I'll use Nuvo glue just to kind of attach them, you know, and tuck them in. And I do kind of layer and tuck and all that kind of stuff in a second. Gosh, I hope I don't sit here and make y'all watch all that. I think I cut some of this out. This is me putting my little journaling spot down there. I think this works. There's one purple flower and a few little turquoise leaves, but I think it's okay. It still is a multicolored little floral bit there, so it works. And I put all these other florals, so I'm okay with it. I'm going to actually end up getting into my Scrap and Happy Studio some Flair. I haven't used Flair in a while, and I don't even know what made me think of it, if I'm 100% honest with you. But I was sitting there, like, looking at my cart, and I thought, you know, let's use something else that's in your stash here, Christine. So you'll see me in just a minute. I'll end up pulling out some Flair, but at the moment, I'm just figuring out where am I going to put these florals. I don't know why I get so fussy with it sometimes. It's like, just tuck it in there. It'll be fine. I kind of wanted the gold foiling to show the little flower petal pieces. I guess you can build an actual flower out of it. They're little flower petals, but I'm kind of treating them like leaves. So, yeah, I'm basically going to come along and just start gluing these things down. And then I fill it out. You can kind of see in the upper right, I've added a couple more little pieces. I'm going to add another leaf in a second. I think I tried to put one down here underneath that truck, and I decided eventually I decided, no, nothing's going to go down there. I actually just let the journaling card be the bottom half of that little cluster. Here is some more little bits and pieces I'm going to glue. I like these little pieces here, these leaves. I looked over, I had the ones kind of dumped out, and they were all kind of similar shaped and all that, and I looked over at the little envelope, and I go, oh, shoot, there's some other shapes. I'm going to grab those. So I pulled those out, and again, I'm just going to glue these. I think this layout turned out really cute for... you know, again, I've said this before, I always get kind of amazed what you can do with just scraps, you know, if you just kind of puzzle piece together, make them look bigger than they are, and just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of crazy to me when you start laying stuff down without, it's like when you have too much product to choose from, it almost becomes harder to design with. But when you let the scraps just talk, it just works. Because I really didn't even cut anything except that multicolored stripe there where I had to put the little banner piece together. Everything else was exactly what it was. I didn't even cut it. So I enjoy that process, taking a scraps, you know, a pile of little scraps or whatever, and not really even cutting. This is me going through my Scrap and Happy Studio. It's actually little sloths, and I did that on purpose because I think it's funny. The colors go. They have like little heart, you know, light pink hearts and little blue flowers and stuff. And they're little baby sloths, and I did that because, you know, my dad moves kind of slow. And he would say that too, so I don't feel too bad about it, but I thought it was just adorable, these little sloths. And the one in the bottom says hang in there, which I think is funny because we've had many conversations about how frustrated he's been about, getting physically mobile and stuff like that. Anyway, there's the end of the layout, you guys. That's my little slowdown. Thank you so much for watching. I got a couple more to do this month. I hope I can get them done. Check out the playlist. There's a bunch of people playing along. And, of course, show them some love. And don't forget to do the like and subscribe stuff. And say hello. I also respond to all the comments. If you say something, I'll say something back. And I have seen some new names popping in there. So thank you so much for any newbies. I really do appreciate you guys. And I will see you next time. Bye.